Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're lucky enough to be reviewing yet another Sinn. Now this has come courtesy of Ryan over at Francis Gaye of Coventry. Got to say a big shout out to him like I normally do. He is a top chap, and literally you want a Sinn, they will source one for you. They're really good there. They'll get a watch posted out to you, do you a deal, whatever. Good place to go to. Strongly recommend contacting them. Now today I've got this rather nice Sinn 105. Now, it's a watch I've never really looked at before. I had a look yesterday when I was actually, the other day when I was in the shop, and they have the white dial and this black dial. Now, normally I would have gone for the white dial, but I just think this black dial is absolutely stunning. I think they've done a really good job on the legibility of this watch. It really pops to me. Now, before I get too much into it, let's have a look at the sizes of the watch. Now this one here, we have a case size of 41mm. The thickness is about 11.8, I think it is, 11.9. The lug to lug is very wearable, 47mm, and the bandwidth is a 20mm. Now, let's have a look at that dial, because I think it is really nice. We'll zoom in a little bit here. Now, the legibility is outstanding on this watch. I think that they've done such a good job with it. I like the fact minimal text. You can just see we've got Sinn written up there. We've got UTC there. And at the very bottom, we have the Made in Germany. And I just think it's so crystal clear. The hands, to me, are very reminiscent of the old EZM2. And I like the fact that the second hand there has a loom pip on there which mimics the hour markers of this watch. And I must say the loom actually on this watch is rather good. I like the little details they've gone to here, like you can see on the inside of the hands where it meets the center there, they have gone for black, so it almost looks like the hands are floating and not actually attached to the center. It's just a nice touch. Also, I like the fact that we've gone for a black date wheel here at the 6 o'clock position, because that, I feel, just kind of gives the watch more symmetry. That could just be me. I like that anyway. And then we have this great big hand down here. Now, that's for UTC. That's for the second time zone. And so that allows you to actually run a second time zone on this watch. Now, how it actually works is if I unscrew the crown, as it does have a screw down crown, and there's quite a bit of thread on there. Let's zoom out a little bit there. There we go. We do actually have a screw down crown with the applied logo there. Now that's unscrewed now, so that's for hand wind position. If I pop it once more, that should be for the adjustment of this hand and the date. So as you can see, you can adjust the hand like that, and if I turn it counterclockwise, you can adjust the date as well. Let's screw that back in. There we go, it screws in quite nicely actually. So I just think it's a real clear dial. No clutter, no fuss, simple, clean. Now, as we come out from there, we have this domed sapphire crystal, and I think they've done an amazing job of the AR coating here, because I just think it really does, like in certain lights, you just feel like you can pluck the hands off the dial. It really is that crystal clear. But I say we come out from there, as you can see, the nice slope on that dome, which then goes out to the bezel. Now the bezel on this is a bidirectional bezel, and it has got a rather interesting kind of click to it. Is it? Obviously there's zero back play on this. It's just a real positive. It's kind of one of those, it is positive, but it's a real subdued click, kind of click to it, and it's really quite nice. Now, being that this is a GMT bezel, not a dive bezel, you can actually run another time zone by using this bezel with the standard hands, so that is feasible. Now, as you can see, it is black, and this has got Sinn's hardening process done to it, so tegmented, and it should stand up to a good bit of abuse. But obviously it's not scratch proof, but it is a lot harder than standard steel, so it should be okay. Now, as you can see also here, let's see, can I zoom in on that? Let's have a look. You should just be able to see those screws. And those screws there means it's got a captive bezel. So again, you have to take the bezel off, you have to undo the screws around here, here and here, and to allow you to remove it. It shouldn't be possible to accidentally knock this bezel off like you can do on some watches. So that's always a plus point too. I believe this actual watch, when it was released, I think it was only about a year ago, actually won an award, Red Dot. So, you know, they've done quite a nice job on this, I do find. We do have the classic Sinn case here with the very angled bevels on the edges there, and it has been all bead blasted. And it's got very typical for Sinn, but it just looks rather nice and clean. As I've said before, crown guards with the screw down crown. And as we turn it over, we get to see this. Now, we do have a sapphire coating on the back, sapphire crystal on the back as well. And quite bizarrely, we also have AR coating on the inside of it. So you really get to view that movement quite well. The movement itself is one of the new Sellita SW3302. Now, this movement was updated. Again, I think it was about a year ago. And is a bigger improvement over the previous one model. This one now has, I believe, 56 hours of power reserve. So let's zoom in there, see if we can get a bit better. So it is actually a better movement. Well, a greater power reserve anyway. And as you can see, it's been decorated and has got blued screws on there also with the Sinn rotor logo on the actual back there. Now, this watch is actually water resistant to 200 meters. So it's a very capable watch, really. But I feel it's it's just a little bit more subtle, I think, than some of the others. I think it's a sporty watch, but it's not trying too hard, as I suppose is the way I'm thinking of it. I just think that this is a very clear, concise, easy to read watch, and no frills. Well, not no frills, that's not really the right word. It's just simply clean, nice and legible. And I'm quite taken by it. The obviously we have a screw down case back there. The watch is available on a bracelet, leather or rubber, but this one I quite like. I might actually order one of these myself. It is quite a nice silicone strap here, very, very soft and pliable. A tiny bit of stretch on there. I think it's just quite a nice job. We do have a signed clasp at the end there, and overall it's just a nice watch. I think it's got low pressure rating as well on this, and it's just clean. Let me show you it on my wrist. I'm wearing a 104 at the moment. Price wise, these have got to be very similar actually. So it is a kind of it's a matter of taste which one you actually go for. Now my wrist size is a 7 1/4, and that's it on my wrist. I think it's really it's a little bit different. I've not seen many of these in the wild at all. I don't know why. It's a really nice watch. Maybe it's going to take a bit longer for people to actually get used to this and see what I think. Now, I did put this on the time grapher earlier, and it's really good. I think Sinn, as of the last few years, have really upped their game, because this thing was pulling, I think it was just plus 1 second, and they are, I think, absolutely solid movements. I don't know if they regulate them in-house, but they are solid. So I'm really quite impressed with that. So anyway, hope you like the watch, and I will see you at the next review, guys. So all the best. Any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'll always try and get back to you, and take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Bye.